This is Crocodile from Showskii.com, and you know, we're meeting with the Astromaps boys today, and this is the address they gave me, so let's see if they're home. Hey, it's a Crocodile.
Oh, hello.
Hey.
Oh, hello, Crocodile.
Hey, it's Astromaps, and you're watching Showskii.com.
Alright guys, so I gotta be honest with you. I was a little skeptical when I got to the front door, but this is nice. I didn't know that you guys lived at the Lost and Found.
At first we were lost, but then we found this place, and it was magic. Thank you for using our door.
So we've seen your music evolve over the years. Tell us a little bit about that.
When we started a long time ago, we were like a 3-piece jam set, and we sounded nothing like what we sound like today. And then we saw Diego at like a piano recital, and he was like going in on Billy Joel. I don't know if we could say that licensing, but he was going in, and it was like, break it down, and we're like, we want you.
This one's kind of out of left field, but who's your crush?
St. Vincent.
I can't do this one. I can't say it because I'm actually in love with someone, so I'm not gonna go into that. Fuck love.
But I think overall, I can speak for everyone here that we love David Blaine.
Oh yeah. I don't know if I'm speaking for all of us, but definitely Beyonce. If you're out there and if you're watching this, you know, stumbling upon Showskii.com, great website. Hit me up.
You guys are formerly Astronaut, changed your name to Astromaps. You guys seem to have some sort of connection to the Astros. Tell me about how you guys come up with the names and what it makes you feel.
I think that everybody associates themselves or within a certain group, within a certain niche. And I think what really dug us and what really, you know, glued our sound together was the word astro, or the astronaut. We had gone into several band names, several debates, but the thing was, we didn't really decide on the name astronaut. It just sort of, I don't know who said it at one point, but it just sort of, you know, happened, and we're like, okay, we'll go with astronaut. And then after a while, we realized that that wasn't gonna work, you know. And then, what do you think?
Actually, it didn't work because legal issues. There was this this DJ in the UK. Shout out to my boy Astronaut in the UK. But it wasn't even a legal issue. But what was happening is that like all of our traffic from Spotify and SoundCloud or whatever you would go to would get streamed through like the processing to the other DJ. So you would have all of our EPs, our songs under this like UK DJ who sounds nothing. He's like a house DJ. So we're like, this isn't good, so we have to do something. And I remember I was talking about it with my dad. We were like stressed out. We had gray hairs. It was terrible. And then my dad was like throwing out names. I'm like, no, that sucks. That's dumb. Blah, you don't get it. And then he's like, oh, what about Astromaps? I'm like, yeah, well, it doesn't suck that much and stuff, whatever. And I told it to the guys, and they're like, yeah, man, that's pretty cool.
You know, I get this a lot when I'm in the crowd, and I'm like, dude, I don't know, you know? So you guys are the Astromaps. Where's the Astro treasure?
The treasure is our friendship. Get real close.
So what's your songwriting process, and what inspires your music?
So we practice, like, we try to get together at least twice a week. We just get in a room. Craig usually throws out like some like skeleton of a song, and we get together and we like bounce back ideas until like we're basically very upset at each other, and we have something that sounds like a song, and then when we get it, like you know for sure that like that's the right direction we're taking it. The next day we practice. The next time we practice, we don't even play that song at all. It becomes a whole idea. We just nix the entire situation, and then we'll start again from the skeleton. So it's just a tough but worth it process.
All of our songs are tributes to songs that didn't work.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's cool. That sounds like a really creative, fun process. And also, another thing is, both Diego and Yoda, kind of switch off on lead vocals. How do you guys decide when to do that? Is it like whoever writes the lyrics, or is it just what you guys are playing, you know?
You know, I don't think I've ever written lyrics for Yoda, but he's definitely written some melodies, and there comes a time when we're just switching back and forth in this whole bounce back process that maybe Yoda will have a melody, or I'll be trying to think of something and it doesn't quite work, and then Yoda just hops on and it sounds good. So he'll do the singing, and then
he'll get into it more on drums because as the song develops, and then he'll go be like, oh, okay, Diego, you sing this, or the other way around, or I could just think of a part, and so it varies between songs. We can never, we don't really know when Yoda's gonna sing or I'm gonna sing, but it's just sort of like the whole dynamic.
Another question is the artists that inspire you guys. Any new artists, old artists? Like, what's your favorite stuff? Yeah, or a couple or albums too.
For sure, one of mine is Foles. All their stuff, all the albums, fantastic.
I've been really into that New Battles album. That's intense, yeah.
This is kind of like a throwback for all the indie kids, but Two Door Cinema Club. I've gotten more into Phoenix this year, but I've always, I think the underlying theme of all our songwriting, our style is kind of focused on what Vampire Weekend was when they were, making it with their, huge albums, and I would say Phoenix too. And my personal inspiration or my personal musical, what would you say? I don't know. It's Queen.
Oh shit.
Okay. We're gonna do throwbacks, then the Beatles. Oh, yeah, obviously the Beatles. That one's just there. But Queen, I really dig Queen. Very like the sound. I want to try and adapt into something like that eventually, and go Queen, go King.
So now I got a question for Andres. I see you're always playing those swaggy double neck guitars, and you build them yourself. So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, originally we started out without a bassist. We never even had a bassist. We just kind of wanted just 2 guitars, a drummer, and a singer who happens to play piano. And for a while, everybody was like, "Oh, you guys need low end," and we were like, "Nah, we don't need low end." And then as you start learning more about music and you start practicing together, you're like, "We need low end," but we didn't want a bassist. That's what the double. That's where we got the double neck, and it was the perfect solution.
Cool. Speaking of 2 bassists, I was walking around Wynwood yesterday and I saw a big sign that said United States of Bass. I wanted to know if you guys were familiar and maybe citizens of the great nation.
We pledge allegiance to the United States of Bass. We pledge allegiance to United Bass Estates. We're formal bass. We're Showskiis. Thank you, Astromaps.
I always thought it was interesting that Craig, you used to study to be a pilot. Tell us a little bit about that. It's cool, astronaut. You were flying planes,
After NAM, I couldn't fly for NASA, so I did what any other NASA in training wants to do. Become a pilot and a rock and roller. So that's how I live my space dreams.
Cool. I remember one time you were telling me a story that as a pilot test, they put the plane upside down and turn off the engine. Tell us a little bit about that. That's some crazy stuff.
I'm getting anxiety just talking about this, but it's called you stall the plane. That's like you basically kill the engine and it goes, and like that's so in case that happens, like you can actually fix it. Like, okay, engine failed, let's fix it. The test, I was solo flying over like Homestead, and I was stalling it, and it was like it was doing like the dive, and usually they go up like fall and you save it, right? This was going and then it went. I did like one of those like Looney Tunes dive. Yeah, and I don't know what I did. It was like limitless, where like your brain's just doing things, and it's like, and I fixed it, and then I almost died, and then that's why I stick to music. It's less deadly.
So, are there any projects that we can look forward to in the future? Near future, far future, any future?
I don't know how much of this I can say, but we're working on a lot of stuff right now. We got a single coming at you very soon. We got a video that we've been working on.
How many videos?
Ooh, a few. We got acoustic stuff. We got video stuff. We got lyric stuff. Videos of all those things.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be very sick. We're working with good people. So in the near future, like very near, you're gonna be seeing some cool stuff.
That's gnarly, guys. I'm excited.
We're going to be playing at Boogie's on October 30th with Sun Ghost and Filthy Casuals, and it's going to be spooky. So, yeah.
All right, guys. So it's been a pleasure taking a trip through the Astros. And this is Crocodile saying peace.
Bye, Showskii. Showskii.